It is interesting that there are some of us or some people who derive great pleasure and amusement and gratification at the expense of other people, especially when they see them going through difficulty, when they see them maybe going through grief or pain or some form of misfortune. Some people actually derive great pleasure out of it. And the Germans have a word for it. Now, I am not a German speaker, but I'll attempt the pronunciation of this word, and the word is Schadenfreude. Schadenfreude. And this word literally translated into English means harm joy. It's actually two words, harm joy. So allow me for the next few minutes to just expound a little bit on this and just challenge you on what I've entitled harm joy. My name is Mwai, and I'm a minister of the gospel, a pastor with Christ is the Answer Ministries. So like I've already begun by saying and observing that it is quite unfortunate that there are some people who actually derive great pleasure and great joy from the misfortune of other people. And sometimes they will do it secretly. On the outward, they may look like they're supportive. On the outward, they may look like they're with you. But on the inside, they're deriving great joy and great satisfaction. And they're happy at your misfortune. I know most of us, if not all of us who are listening to me right now, have actually gone through that. A season in your life that was difficult, a season of pain, a season of trial, a season of betrayals, a season of rejection. And it is in that season that you actually discovered that there are people who did not really love you the way you thought that they loved you. There are people who walked out of your life. There are people who were laughing at you. There are those who actually pretended that they were with you, but secretly and behind your back, they were actually happy that you are going through whatever you were going through. I want to speak especially to some of us, those of us probably, you are in that category that you derive pleasure from the misfortune of other people. Secretly, nobody may know, but deep down inside, you know that you derive great pleasure when you see other people suffering. And I have one just piece of advice, just small piece of advice for you, that remember this: whatever somebody else is going through, you never know, you could be the next one to go through that, or even something worse. That whatever happens to somebody else, you are not immune. You're not safe from that particular misfortune. Maybe they made a mistake. Yes, maybe they brought it upon themselves. But remember, you're also human. You might also end up in the same hole, in the same problem, in the same difficulty. But secondly, remember this, that do unto others as you will have them do unto you. That's what the Bible says. The good book says, do unto others as you have them do unto you. In your moment of trial and pain, what would you want other people to do for you? How would you want them to be there for you? How would you want them to support you? I suggest to you, and I encourage you, do that for those who are going through some difficulty, because we reap whatever we sow. If you sow that harm joy, if you are that person who derives that great pleasure, I tell you what, it will come back to you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together and running over. But again also, you must also, the third thing is that you must ask yourself, why is it that I derive joy at the misfortune of others? The problem is not the other people, the problem has to be you. Maybe are you suffering maybe from some form of envy? Are you suffering from some form of jealousy? Maybe when you see somebody succeed, you're jealous, you're envious. Or are you suffering from some form of insecurity or some form of other maybe emotional deficiency on the inside? The problem is you. And you have to ask yourself, why is it that I am this kind of, why is it that I am joyful when other people are going through some difficulty? I challenge you. It is possible to change, and it is possible for you to be that person who becomes supportive. And how do you do that? Is be intentional. Be intentional. Go against your own grain. Go against your own inclination, so that when somebody else is going through something, why don't you be that one person who will reach out? Why don't you be that one person who will pray for that person who is going through whatever they're going through? Why don't you be that one person who will give them a word of encouragement? The more you do it, the more it defeats that inner struggle that we have where we rejoice at others' misfortune. The more you do it, you'll find that the more you encourage other people, that's where joy comes in. That's when real and genuine peace comes in. But you have to be very intentional about it. Please, I want you to encourage somebody else by sharing this video with them, and may the Lord bless you. Until next time, my name is Mwai, and thank you again for staying with me to the very end.